promo. So yeah, this is Plat 4, or it could have been Gold 1.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Plat 4.
And you're playing Malzahar versus Twisted Fate?
Yep.
Okay, so I mean, into every single matchup, you should like know your overall goals in lane. So versus Twisted Fate, I would imagine level 1, you can look for harassment with your shield, and then going onwards, once you get some points into like your E and your W, you should be able to push him in. So I'm hoping to probably see during this laning phase that with Malzahar, basically, you just kind of shove people under tower, to be honest. It's pretty difficult to kill people, unless you set up ganks and stuff, which completely is possible when you're 6, so... But that's kind of on you to make your... use your pings and stuff like that.
Right.
So
overall, I guess, I think that I'm pretty bad at laning. I think I do better after 20 minutes, like the 15 to 20 minute mark, when I start moving around the map a little bit more, is when I do better. But I struggle with laning pretty bad. Like I get solo killed or ganked quite often and die.
Okay.
I take bad trades, like not understanding, I guess, where...
Yeah. Well, first, let's try to understand. You're looking for harass on this guy. Can I know what your thought process is? Why are you trying to harass him?
I just know all he has early is like, I don't want to get... I don't... If he's going to red card my minions, like if he's going to red card me, I don't want it to also hit my minions because I want to push into him. So if he red cards me, I don't want it to also push his wave. But I'm just...
Are you only harassing because you have shield up? That's what I'm looking for. Okay,
yeah,
good.
I know that I'm not going to take too much damage at all.
Okay, so he's pretty hard pressured here. Whenever you have someone push back this far... Okay, you're still going for the creep. Good. I was going to say. Making sure that you keep on going for the creep. Because some people pressure so hard and they focus so hard on the Twisted Fate that they won't go back and do this, but you did that, so that's good. And then you went for the E trade. That's fine. So you are going to get the first push here. You don't necessarily need to get the first push. You can keep the wave pretty even during the early levels because it's actually pretty hard to push with Malz. He'll go pretty quickly until you reach that like level 3 mark where then you can just EW the wave over and over again.
Okay.
So I think it's fine what you did though. You're just playing an aggressive playstyle, so it's not necessarily wrong. You will need to be warding early. What was the enemy jungler?
Elise.
Elise, yeah, I mean that's definitely a gank heavy jungler, so you're gonna probably be wanting to ward around so like you got unnecessarily hit here for some reason because the minions aren't low, right? So just focus on like hitting the creeps, and if he steps up then you step back. And if he ever goes for a trade, you want it to always be a trade that's not just random, because this is a random trade, so you're not getting anything out of it. In theory, let's say this creep was super low and you went for the creep and you got the creep and he harassed you, that at least is trading something because you're getting a creep for the harassment, but this is just unnecessary, right? Because if you're also going to run away from it, you might as well just use your E on him as well. Like, so that was just like a tiny laning phase error. Like, this is kind of mechanical, I guess. It looks like you kind of got minion blocked, which kind of blows too. But if someone also does get close enough to you, you should be able to... You even have 29 ping, which is pretty nice. You can reaction speed. If you see that he gets within the range, you are like within platinum tier, so I would imagine your knowledge of like champion ranges would be pretty okay. You should know when he will probably be able to reach you at this point. Like I paused it here, and then you can turn around and hit him back at the same time. So it's not just a like, oh, I got hit and I didn't get anything for it.
Right.
Because those tiny things are going to make it so like you can climb up to diamond. Good trade there when he has no thing. No pick a card. So the main goal in this lane for sure is going to be pushing this under tower, because you're in a pretty bad situation here. Because Elise can't gank you.
Here in a second.
Yeah, so we definitely will want to see that ward soon. So like right here, okay, so you push in the wave, and you should go leave to just CS, or to go ward up here. It actually doesn't matter which side you ward. Like, I think it's better to ward top side, but I just want to see any ward placement at all, because there's no creeps low here, so you're not gonna miss anything for leaving lane. And also, it's 2:30 in the game, which means that Elise is probably level 2 right now. Most junglers are level 2. So junglers become like level 3 around 245-ish. If they're fast and ganking junglers. Of course, you should also be paying attention to, like, I guess, level 1, like, where the Elise start, so you know what side to ward. But I guess that's not the overall focus that I'm looking for right now. So I think you're just warding up here, because if you put a ward inside river up here, Elise cannot gank you from topside without you seeing her. And then all you have to do is, Elise doesn't have boots, right, at this point. So you're pretty speedy. You're probably the same movement speed as her. So if you play towards the side that you put the ward on, you're going to be able to be much safer. Also, pop a potion now.
Okay.
Because you're pretty low.
Yep.
Being healthier, well, what?
My question is, like, finding that, like, I know that, like, back when those, because I had no low creeps, but I knew he was going to be trying to last hit my 3 creeps that were just out of his tower range. So my thought was harass him while he's trying to last hit these 3 creeps. Like right here. Is that just a bad idea?
I mean, the creeps aren't even, like, within last hit range, and also you're only level 2. Like, okay, you're okay. Your champion is not really gonna kill anyone. Malzahar, if played optimally, if 2 lanes play as best as they can, Malzahar shouldn't be able to kill the opponent. That's not what the champion's meant for. It's meant for, like, picks with jungler and stuff like that. Like, because you're not, like, I don't know, an Irelia or something, which would also be hard to harass, but that's an example of, like, a kill lane. Or, like, I don't know, a LeBlanc that's been harassing him the whole entire laning phase. Malzahar is a champion that, like, kind of just farms and pushes out quickly, and then he can go group with his jungler and look for picks with his ulti, because his ulti, like, he can't really solo kill people. It's possible, but especially at, like, level 2 to 3, you shouldn't be able to kill people.
Okay.
And I would say, for the most part, like, yeah, sometimes you're gonna have to, like, think about, like, do I want to harass this guy or get a ward here? But inside this game, and I would say in most cases, you want to get a ward down before doing harassment, because you're putting yourself at, like, a 50-50 risk rather than, like, actually knowing that the jungler is coming and making it so, oh, okay. Okay, so the game's not only about killing your opponent, it's also about just pressuring your opponent. And at this point, like, you're pressuring your opponent and you're pushing him under tower, and that's fine, right? Maybe you actually can solo kill this guy if you play it well, but you haven't put this vision ward down. So let's say you put this vision ward down and you didn't harass him, and you keep up the aggression versus him. One way of winning games or making it so your team, like, it's not just like you versus the enemy team, it's your teammates versus everybody on the enemy team. So when junglers come to aggressive lanes like you to gank you, and you had a ward here, you can just back off, right? And you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, because you'll see it coming. So when she's coming to gank you, what is she doing if she isn't able to gank you?
Wasting time. Yeah.
And what is your jungler probably doing?
Farming or ganking.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it so much easier on everybody if like, I've had games where, like, I could play this aggressive, I put a ward inside this brush, the jungler comes, and I just sit, like, here. And I don't even, like, back off, because I make the junglers stay, and they just sit there for, like, 15 seconds not doing anything, because, like, I might be missing 1 or 2 creeps, but they're missing so much opportunity where they could be ganking another lane, or resetting, or doing something else. So yeah, because you would have seen it coming, right? Because you saw where she came from. So 100% you would have seen it way in advance, because you would have warded right here.
Right. And now, where? Because
just
I
in the
feel
river.
like that brush, like river brush, doesn't ever give me enough info. So how far is it worth going in there to ward? Like,
you should just ward the river.
Just the river.
Yeah, don't ward this brush.
Okay.
Because you ward the river because she can come around the ramp. Okay, so, like, the reason for that is because, can she get into this brush without, like, walking through the river? Exactly. So you should put in the river. The deeper the vision, the better it is.
Okay.
I know sometimes I have a bad habit of doing it too. If it's, like, really, really, like, a not good ganker, or like maybe on this side of the lane you can ward this brush, but in the most cases I would almost always look to ward the river. That's rule of thumb. If you do that, you're gonna have better success, because this ward right here would have never seen her. She would have won around it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can even see the TF like is not CSing as well as you, so imagine you could have been out CSing this guy and not died to the gank, and you would be basically winning lane off that.
Right.
Okay, so TP back. You know that this guy's 100% gonna reset here.
Yeah.
Oh, he wants to push it in. Okay, yeah, that's pretty normal. Pretty smart. Oh, he's staying.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's pretty so what you can do, it looks like he's going to ward. I don't know if you have a ward. Oh, okay, yeah, you already have it. You're gonna collapse on this guy? No, never mind, your Rammus is dead. I mean, that's kind of just an unfortunate byproduct of kind of you dying somewhat.
Yeah.
I'd go put down your vision. You don't have to be super afraid, by the way, because we know Elisa's topside, right? Like, you can walk bot side and put down a really good ward on her Raptors right now, a normal ward. And then you can also put down your pink ward somewhere. You don't need to sit under tower. There's like no reason to sit under tower here. Although this guy's really like, if they were to gank you again, Elise hasn't purchased yet either. Let's say they land absolutely everything on you.
Right.
You're still probably not gonna die. You also have your shield as long as it stays up. TF's doing a really good job at killing your creeps. Yeah. Some people don't do that, but he's doing a good job at it.
Yeah, that's been...
Don't use your E again. That's just a waste of mana. You already have your E on this creep here, and it's gonna jump to this creep, and you... Oh, wait. Oh, you were trying to E him, but you
I was trying to E TF, yeah. And so it actually worked out perfect, because what I was hoping for was that when that creep died, he got 2 E's on him, and it just happened by mistake to work out that way.
Yeah. Okay, so this... Make sure that, I guess, you could play a little bit more aggressive here, because Elise won't be able to really kill you.
She's top anyway.
Yeah, and you see her top as well, I guess. Because if you landed Q here, like, this guy's stepping up way too far to, like, try to... Like, why are you stepping back? There's no reason to step back here. If you landed Q here, he would probably die. Because it would refresh your E. Oh.
Yeah, if I would have landed it when my E was still on him, he was dead for sure.
Yeah, he might have, like, stepped back, but it's not about that. It's because maybe you could have never landed the Q, so forget about that. It's more about there's no reason for you to be stepping back here. You should be pressuring him under tower and, like, maybe going for tower plates or something, getting a lead, because all you're doing right now is just farming. Okay. When Elise is topside, and even if she wasn't topside, how are they going to break your spell shield? It would be like Elise comes, and she would have to, like... Somehow TF has to auto you. He has no mana to even use his pick a card. Like, you can see how low mana he is, so you can play more aggressive here. So you know he's gonna back, so you just need to push out as fast as you can.
Yep.
And then if you get this low mana, because you were pressuring a lot, your goal should be resetting. So hopefully you reset here. That's what I want to see immediately. I don't know if you got this last creep. You can Q the wave. You're going to spend all of your mana regardless, so you can Q the wave right there. I don't know if you got that last creep because you kind of gave it up to, like, just let the tick on it do the thing. So it's kind of... Might as well just get it for...
the free mana, because I'm resetting anyway.
Might as well guarantee that you're going to get the CS, basically, by using all of your mana, so... Also, like, you haven't used your wards at all. It's like somewhat bad timing to use your wards, but there were definitely opportunities, maybe, like, this is the best opportunity, and you can already see, like, if you put down this vision ward on Raptors, Elise, maybe after ganking top here, I think it would still be alive, and she would probably be heading there eventually, and if you see her on Raptors, who's that gonna help?
The entire team.
Yeah, it's gonna help in mostly bot lane for sure. Like, they're not gonna get ganked, or they'll see that she's in the bot side of the map, so they can play safer. So
yeah,
these tiny instances where you can get down vision will make
Yeah.
everybody's game so much easier. Oh, TF TP bot here. Okay, so you reset. Oh no, he didn't TP bot. He probably just roamed, huh? Okay, so like he's leaving, and where do you think he could gank if just by looking at like what the lanes look like?
Oh, bot side for sure.
Yeah, you don't think you can gank top, right?
I mean, it's pretty unlikely that he's going to try to do that.
Yeah.
He's not 6 yet.
Well, not only that,
Darius
but
hasn't even pushed in.
yeah, exactly. That's pretty much the main factor. So you think that he's probably going bot side here?
Right.
Super small thing. If you use your pings like directly on top of people or like through the river, it will help them out immensely because this type of ping doesn't really help. Like it shows that he's missing, but it's really putting the emphasis on I hope my laners are watching the map more than okay, I backpinged my team. If they messed up, it's their fault.
Right.
Like if you literally backping on their screen, like on top of them, and then ping in the river just like 2 times, just like ping them once, and then because they can see that on their screen, and then ping in the river once, they would have probably backed off here because TF suddenly appears, and you're saying that he's missing. And like, yeah, maybe they have a lapse in vision. Like not everybody looks at the minimap all the time, and it was definitely their mistake for playing too aggressive, but this type of ping is just not as effective as doing inside river. That's what I always try to do, using the pings inside the river in the path that you think that he's going to gank because people pay attention to that, or also use just the actual back ping because question mark pings they're like quieter too. So people don't notice it as much as because the back pings are this like weird jarring noise, right? So
Right.
because they could still back off here and they would have been completely fine, and they're pressuring so hard. And then also if they started backing off here, you'd be pushing mid and he would miss a bunch of creeps. But unfortunately, because your teammates aren't doing it, then they're gonna get ganked here. I don't know if anybody dies or anything, but instead of him missing creeps mid for nothing, he got TF or Aphelios flash, which kind of sucks for your bot lane. So you should hit this.
Okay.
There's like no reason not to. This gives your team vision, and it also gives the enemy team can use it and they'll see your ward. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they can clear your vision. Okay, we saw Elise was topside still. Pay attention to pressing tab when like the jungler shows up and see if she reset, because if she hasn't reset yet, you would probably know that she's gonna reset now.
Right.
Probably could have went for a plate here too. Like there was no risk of losing anything. And also, sorry, what?
Go ahead. Oh, you go ahead.
Okay, so you also don't really have anything to buy.
Right.
You're not too low on mana.
So, it's hard watching myself right now because before you said that, I'm like, why the hell did I not hit that plate?
Yeah.
It's just a terrible
Also,
mistake.
don't use your Q. Just like W the wave and like auto attack it, and just use EW because your Q costs a lot of mana and you don't really have much mana regen yet because you don't have last chapter or anything. Because you kind of, the best case scenario for you is you get your item spikes and that's how you're gonna win the game. Like you're gonna have your lost chapter, then you can push in TF all the time, but instead you're using your mana kind of however you want. Like it doesn't even deal that much damage because you don't max it first. And it does 100 damage. You even didn't hit this creep as well. Like even if you were to shove in, but I would say don't use Q unless you're pretty healthy on mana, because if you use it all the time, you're gonna really go I'm guessing that you're using it there to like, I guess, try to reset here. And then also, once again, you didn't use your Q on the way out when it's coming up here, where you're kind of giving up these 3 creeps. We don't know if these creeps are gonna kill them or if you can kill them yourself, so. Because you're pushing this so quickly. You see this wave? Your wave is just spawning now. You're still gonna have plenty of time to go back, so you might as well get these 3 creeps. Just guarantee that you're gonna get them, because you're also backing away from them, so not only are you maybe missing the gold, but if they don't die to your E, you're not gonna get the experience either. We saw that you got 1 there. Your camera moved away, so I don't know about the second one. I think you gave up one of the casters, but it was just like an unnecessary give up. And yeah, you should have taken the plate. Because you're kind of just resetting for not really anything here. And you have like these biscuits to get back some of your mana as well, right? So
yeah.
Okay, so TF warded. You're okay, so if you do want to gank this TF, by the way, because you are calling for gank sometimes,
Yep.
you kind of need to freeze it towards your side. We'll make it much easier on Rammus. So you can't just constantly shove in if you do want to do that. If you do want to just constantly shove him in and roam, that's completely fine too. But like if TF ever tries to shove you in, don't use your E, W on the wave. Maybe like use it one time, but don't like go super hard on it because the E probably will run out and your creeps won't kill everything because they time out too. But I know that you're asking for ganks here. I want to see if you're just hard shoving the wave, there's no way that Rammus is going to gank for you because how is he going to gank for you if you're constantly shoving this guy in, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You're not really setting up for your jungler, you're just asking for it and hope that it works out. Like, right here, this was a good wave scenario where it's cannon versus 3 creeps on both sides, and you can just freeze it, and then look for a gank that way. It's all about having a plan in mind and how you're going to set up that plan, because that's not necessarily the correct play. Maybe you can kill with Rammus, but another play would be to shove him in under tower, but I feel like you're kind of just playing the game and you're not really thinking about what you want to do next. Because you can, I don't know, like, I think that you guys can win 2v2, because Twisted Fate, like, he's okay, but Rammus is much tankier. You guys have a lot of crowd control together, and if you're able to, like, find Elise in the jungle and just ulti her, you guys probably would win 2v2, right? So just having some idea of what you want to do inside the game is going to make your game so much easier. See, Aphelios died when this guy was 1 HP, and if he had flash, he probably could have killed her.
Yeah.
Super small things can actually turn into giant advantages. So just hit this tower plate once. Yeah. Actually, with CTF, maybe you can hit it a few times. You're probably not going to get a plate, another plate, but...
Right.
Make sure that you don't really look... Okay, so this is a good opportunity. I know that you're, like, moving the map. Like, you know what's going on here, so quickly move it to somewhere else on the map afterwards, too. Because I kind of want to know what's going on top lane as well. And this guy's playing aggressive, but we had no idea that he was doing anything up there. And it's just nice to know what's going on the map in every single lane when you're not in any danger. Because there's nobody nearby, right? Like, what are you doing right now? You're just moving. You don't need to have your camera here, right? It doesn't do anything. Right. So you can quickly move it and then press spacebar to go back.
Okay.
Because that will just give you... It will show more opportunities. Like, I wanted to see it sooner than that.
Right. I waited until after he was dead to...
Yeah, I don't think you ever made it, but it just as something that you should get into a habit of, because like doing that, then maybe let's say you had TP here, as soon as Jax jumped in, you could have went or something, because yeah, the more looking around the map, the more opportunities you'll see, especially with using a TP mid laner as well. Once again, don't use the Q. Like, maybe if you're gonna use Q, you should use it to refresh your E. That's the whole entire point of the Q. The Q isn't really meant to damage the entire wave. It also didn't hit the back wave. So you press E, W on the wave and you can auto attack it, and then you can, like, I don't know, walk towards TF to like try to zone him away from these minions because he's pretty low mana. And then use your Q if the E is gonna run out. So don't use it just to like damage stuff. It's not really it's super ineffective. Until, like, you know, maybe you're level like 13 or something, of course. Then you have level 5 Q, right? So it's gonna do a lot. But it's level 1 right now. It deals absolutely nothing, so once again, you you got lucky maybe and got both of them. Yeah, I think you could have still gotten those creeps.
Yeah.
You didn't need to just back there.
So, a side note with buying items, like, so I just had enough for Lost Chapter, and I want to get Ludens as fast as possible, but
No, it's fine.
I
I
didn't have
do
enough
that
money for
too.
anything else. Is buying an amp tome just worth it? Because I know eventually I'm gonna need it for something
Because you don't have a pink ward down, you should have bought a pink.
instead.
Yeah, if you had a pink ward down, you could buy amp tome, but since you don't have a pink ward down, no. Okay, we got his flash.
Yep.
Because the pink ward will effectively make, ganking your lane so much easier on Rammus as well. If you had a pink ward here instead of amp tome, you could put a bot side and say, like, I don't know, gank from bot. I'll like flash ulti or something. Nice. Good job, Darius. You might be able to get this plate here. Oh. I don't know how low it was. Once again, the Q thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hit tower here. Like, why are you backing away?
Because once like it gets in my head when I die early, like I don't want to be feeding, and so I'm just always afraid to play up at
True.
that point.
At least it's dead though. Like,
yeah.
Just like try to actively always think about like, I don't know.
How could I die?
You could put like a mental check every single time you're about to hit tower. It's like, who can gank me right now? And then just look at the map, like where everybody is. Like maybe this guy's missing. It's like, okay, can they gank me? Okay, they could, but and then also you should be thinking about like who's around me.
Yeah,
Okay, the Rammus is like
so.
right there. So if they actually like, I don't know, the support comes, boom, they're gonna run straight into Rammus, and they shouldn't be able to gank you. So okay, nice. Think that this guy should die here. Let him taunt first. Like, so the taunt happens right here. You know he's gonna taunt.
Right.
But you use it at the same time. Overlapping kind of sucks. If this guy is flash, he probably would survive.
Like chain CC?
Yeah, like you guys change your CC together. It was good kill though.
Yep.
I think that no, it's fine. I was gonna say maybe you could ulti and he doesn't have to flash, but it's fine. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You guys have to go. You're level 9 and this guy, oh, he just leveled up to 7, I was gonna say. The guy's actually pretty underleveled. Okay, I still, unfortunately, I can't see the plate here. I'm pretty sure it's pretty low. You might be able to, this guy's still dead for 15 seconds. Just hit the tower like 1 or 2 times and get it. Like, you don't have to be afraid. Can this guy like solo kill you think?
No, not a chance.
Yeah, of course not, right? So you can hit this like 1 or 2 times, and I'm pretty sure the rest would be taken by just the minions. Because, you can hit it and I don't know the window, I forgot the time, but it's like 20 seconds or 15 seconds or something from last hitting the tower. And then you'd still be safe enough to run away from TF ulti, because that's the only thing that you'd really need to be afraid of at this point.
Yeah.
And once again, top lane is like, this guy's so far up and he's going aggressive all the time. So moving your map up there to see what's going on, because you're always looking bot, which is really good, but you're just not looking top enough, because that's the lane that also might be able to use your TP, possibly, if Jax goes super aggressive. So I'd go boots here. Also, you're not really using the biscuits, and it's pretty late into the game. They're not really that valuable anymore, so I would just sell them. They give you mana.
I can't remember if I do or not. I'm pretty sure I do sell them at some point.
Okay, well, I would definitely sell them now.
I got a pink ward.
Yeah, you could buy 2 pinks.
Yeah.
You already have Lost Chapter. You're gonna be fine on mana.
Yep.
So I would definitely be thinking about like, okay, so my next ulti, I wonder if I can like try to transition, or like just, I guess not transition, you don't really have like that much of a lead, but like try to help out a different lane and get them ahead, because that's what Malzahar is super good at, and you have TP available. So for now, you're just gonna be pushing this guy in. Like standard Malzahar stuff. Okay, so TF just ran towards topside here, so you should actually be knowing that like Twisted Fate has ulti. You already know that, and there's also a gank happening top. And you have TP to follow, so this is perfect opportunity. If TF ultis, you just immediately TP, and if you're looking at the fight right now, I unfortunately can't see it.
Yeah.
You might be able to TP in and help them. Yeah, you can see it on the map. He actually went bot. Unfortunately, I couldn't
Yep.
see because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of sucks that you weren't able to pay attention both, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have been able to defend bot anyways, looking at how low they were. And then I would back ping more. Like, once again, remember how I told you, like, question mark pings don't really work?
Right.
Like, back ping everywhere. And then, like, if he goes, then you can follow. But back ping top lane and bot lane, wherever it is, and then
Yeah.
from there, you can decide whether you want to TP or not. Because clearly your bot lane is just not playing passive enough. They're not really respecting it, and... Okay, so you have your ultimate. And this guy still has no flash. Why are you backing again? So you just have like a habit of like just leaving the lane.
Yeah.
Like right here you
As
could, I don't know, go for a ward like over this ramp and then you can play more aggressive still. Because like you're really strong. You're up a level. You have good buy. You don't have any items to buy. You should be basically just waiting to buy Ludens at this point. That's your next purchase. You just stay in lane until Ludens. You're full mana basically. You have all summoners, and you have your ulti available.
Yeah, I think
Because
like
playing this,
watching myself, it's pretty like crazy because I can already just by watching this, I can see how many mistakes I'm making.
yeah, just
Like,
playing this passive,
what am I
you're
doing?
like you're playing to, uh, basically playing to not lose.
Yeah,
So you're
for sure.
so you're not really gonna win because of that ever.
Yeah.
You're basically having to just wait for your teammates to do everything for you or make the enemy like make a mistake or something, which is pretty ineffective way of playing. Like I guess okay, so every single time you push out a wave, just think about what you can do and if it's safe to do that thing. Like you can do that every single wave, by the way. So like the wave back here, you could be like, okay, after I shove this in, I will put down my ward, and then because I don't have vision control around mid yet, so it's unsafe around mid, so I'm going to put down my ward after pushing this in. And then after that, the next wave, right here, you would have your vision control down. Then you can say, okay, I have my vision control down, so we know that Elise isn't on this side because I would have seen her. And now I'll go roam after pushing or something. Like, if you think about that actively beforehand, it will just make it a lot easier to, like, have an idea of what you want to do next to make it so you actually have a goal in mind. Because once again, it just seems that you're just playing without like really thinking about like this is what I want to do. That sucks. That was close.
Yeah, he just barely clipped that wall.
I guess you also don't don't take your jungler's scuttle crab.
I don't think that I wasn't like I'm gonna take this guy's scuttle crab. I don't know why I even queued it just to help him with it, and then I ended up taking it. It wasn't like I'm trolling the guy or anything.
So you have your vision control down still. Wait, where did you ward? Just now. You already have that ward's really bad. Like
It's
just
useless because there's scuttle.
It's better to just put it like putting down Raptors wards are the best, so I'll just do that instead. Okay, he didn't base, nice. Okay, so you can push here, you're gonna be level 11. You still have TP available. These guys are like hitting tower right now, and your Nautilus has ulti, by the way. I could be looking for a TP here.
I thought I did. TP here.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
Like ping in advance, like on the way or something. So maybe Nautilus goes in beforehand.
Okay.
Because just doing it suddenly, like Nautilus could have ultied this guy, this Triss, right? And it would be a lot harder for her to run away. You might even still get her, but maybe you wouldn't have to burn flash or something. So letting your teammates know you're about to do a play.
Yep.
beforehand will just make it more effective. But yeah, that's really good. So the reason why that was so effective is because they're so far up and you have a nice flank ward, right? So
Yep.
perfect opportunity. You have your ulti and your flash, so you help out your bot lane and get that double kill. And now you can get Dragon too, which is so good for you because Air Dragon's disgusting for champions that need their ultimate, and you're one of them. Top lane died. You just take mid tower here. Nice, nice.
Yep.
You have huge buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you buy. Bot lane's doing a dive, but they probably should have backed off after Triss flashed away. They committed too hard for Nami. Buy pink wards instead of the amp tome or ruby crystal or whatever.
Ruby crystal.
Or just sell your health potions if you don't really want to use them. It's either that. You just always want to have pink wards when playing during the mid game for sure. Your CS per minute is really good, so you're pretty strong.
I know, and I'm just, why am I under my tower right now? It's like tilting me watching this.
Wait, no. This is fine because you don't really have anything on the map that you can do at this point. Okay, so like the reason why this is different than like being under your tower during the other time is because there's a lot more danger now because firstly this mid tower is gone. So you have to push up the wave even further because the wave doesn't bounce back as easily. Also, their bot lane is going to come mid, as you can see. Right. And because you're so far up, and your teammates aren't on the map yet, like, there's all these factors. So the teammates aren't on the map. So, like, let's say you do have a plan to do something with your ulti. Who can you help with? Nobody, because nobody's doing anything right now.
Right.
Everybody on the map is just, like, resetting. So you don't have an opportunity to do anything. So this is fine to just, like, push and then just immediately, just not reset, but just, like, chill. Like, maybe you can put down a ward at, like, Rift or something. That's pretty safe to do. Or, you see this Jax is, like, really far up. You can immediately start heading top here. Yeah. Like, that's what I would be planning. So, like, beforehand, I'm like, alright, so nothing's happening. My team, there's nothing that I can do here. Like, this Aphelios should be going bot here and just catching this. I don't know why he's just going mid right now. Also, if someone's just going to come dual lane with you because they are confused about where they're supposed to be going, just go to the solo lane and you take it because he should be going bot right now. And he's just, like, our support Nautilus is taking all of the creeps, right? But yeah, I look at the map as soon as I leave lane. So you should be looking at the map right now, not looking at your character. There's, like, nothing going on, right? And I just look at the map, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Where can I go? Okay, you see Jax is top and Rams is top. So that's where I'd be heading right now. I'd already be moving. I'd be, like, right here, right? And
so
then
looking at my mini map is not enough. I need to be actually scrolling and, like, looking at, like, because I can see, like,
well, you should be looking at it, like, right now, like, just, like, glance at it. Like, what are you doing, right? You're not doing anything. There's not, what the heck? She has 5 or 4 crit floats. But yeah, you should be looking at the minimap every single opportunity that nothing really is happening on the map yet because you don't have a plan in place and you need to make one. And this is just like, oh, there's something going on top, so I'm just going to immediately head up there.
Right.
Ophelia started heading bot, thankfully. Like, you would have made it to, like, the brush up here. And then you would also be looking at the map top and be like, oh, okay, it looks like Rammus and Darius can kill them on their own, and you just back off. What did you miss? Okay. Absolutely nothing. But, like, let's say Elise suddenly shows up and they're fighting. You would be way too late. You would have never made it in time.
So it sounds like to me, my biggest problem is filling dead time. Like,
yeah, there's so much dead time where you're just backing off, like, and not really doing much. Like, right here, I could even be, like, I don't know, calling for, like, okay, personally, for me, if I was playing Malzahar right now, I'd be like, okay, Nautilus, can you, firstly, like, leave Aphelios because nobody's down there right now. Maybe, like, the Twist of Fate alone. And then, with Jax being dead, can we, 4 of us, with Aphelios not being here, just do this Rift or start it or something? Or, like, look for a pick inside River with my ulti or something. Okay, so it looks like you guys are lane swapping. Which is fine. One thing to remember is that you don't have TP here versus Twist of Fate. So might want to pressure him extremely fucking hard, like literally run at him. We see Elisa's top side here, so she's definitely not going to be on that side of the lane. Yeah. Okay, good. You're heading back. This is good just because Twisted Fate can ulti at any moment. I'd be back pinging. Okay, good. Never mind. The Ram has stopped chasing. I was going to say, if this guy's actually going to chase all the way down, he might get ultied on. You can put down a ward here, use that. Don't go so like deep. You just hit this whatever direction. Just like deny it. It's not. You don't have to use it to get like vision.
Okay.
Denying it is just as effective because you put yourself in a weird situation where like Twisted Fate could have like maybe ultied you here or something, because when he ultis and then like Nami's here and you don't have flash and you're so far away from tower, there's a possibility that you could die. So you kind of put yourself in a dangerous situation, but thankfully they didn't do anything. Jax was nearby too.
Yeah,
so.
I knew I was in a bad spot there. That's why I was just. I even stopped.
In fact, maybe just not even killing the ward. Like as soon as you put down the ward and you see it there, just like immediately back off and head back bot and start hitting the wave, because the wave isn't really pressuring yet. So during the mid game, this is how it works for most like somewhat high elos. How it works is waves get pushed, and then as soon as they're pushed, the team will go group with their team and like try to make something happen. So right now, your bot lane is pushing towards you, which means that Twisted Fate is just gonna go group with his team, right? That's his plan.
Yep.
So to make it so you have more opportunities where you can get advantages, you have to make a wave pushing towards them. So that should be the overall goal right now. Of course, if you think your teammates are gonna fight like this is fine too, because like macro play isn't always like crystal clear. Every game is different, and some people like just like fucking go in no matter what, right? Like I think all 5 members are like mid right here. Your Darius is dead, and your team is engaging a 4v5, and you're not even there yet. So sometimes people just do stuff like this. Like
yeah, it was like I'm just kind of like, well, I mean, I can't just leave them to die in 3v5, can I?
Yeah, of course. So you can head mid here and see if maybe like ulting this guy under tower.
I had ulted on him, and I think he flashed right before. No, I just eat him, and then I guess I thought.
Yeah. Damn. Maybe he could have gone and kill. I don't know, because like Nami is.
I feel like I could have ulted him and got a kill there.
Twisted Fate would have gold carded you, but yeah, he probably would have died the next tower shot, and you probably would have been fine because they blew most of their stuff. So. But
yeah,
that's super small. It's not really that important. You can probably wave play this really well, so you can just queue the next time right here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so they're not gonna get anything. Do that blue buff eventually. Nice. I don't know where Aphelios is going once again, unfortunately. Somebody needs to be like pinging this guy where to go. Somebody needs to go top right now. Because Darius is bot and Aphelios is bot, no one's going top. I guess Rammus can take it. So your team definitely is going to be playing around Dragon here. I mean, it's Infernal Dragon. Also, your Rammus is still top here, so that's what you should be paying attention to. So, like, it's pretty hard to, like, just control your teammates. So, always pay attention to, like, where people are and make judgments based off of where the enemy team is. So obviously, like maybe you can look for a pick or something, but think about like, all right, like because Rammus isn't here yet, we should wait until he comes, then we can start because Jax isn't here or something. Or like your Darius has no TP, so I'd be thinking about that too. Because having an idea of how the team fight is gonna like start. You should. Okay, so like with Malzahar, right here, if you flash ulti this guy, you can catch him, and you have your teammates right behind you.
Okay.
You can catch people really easily. Sorry, what?
You know, just you'll see like how this plays. It plays out pretty bad after this. So.
Okay. Yeah, because if you flash ulti, this guy can come in. Aphelios is like pretty nearby. I think you'll be able to catch him. So.
Yep.
And the reason why you could do that is because we see Tristan and Nami are on the top side, so this guy's split. He split himself off from the rest of the team. And now you guys are doing a split fight, which kind of
Yep.
sucks. Also, you ultied without using E, which kind of blows. Your ulti actually doesn't really deal that much damage. It's pretty weak. You can use your sounds here. What?
Yeah. My what I was trying to do there was just disengage so they at least didn't jump on. Like if she switched to spider form and jump on my Ophelia, so I just wanted all her to disengage. But I guess that's not really worth it now that I think about
it. Just use your Q. It silences people. She wouldn't be able to go into spider form anyways. Like if you just Q right on top of boom, like right here, like he's gonna be fine. You use your ulti as like a actual thing with your team. Like imagine you go around this corner, I don't know, and you can immediately ulti onto like I don't know this guy because at least use cocoon. Who's gonna stop you because you just use gold card?
Exactly.
Yeah, like she would have probably died, right? So. Oh man, all these stopwatches. Yeah, so the pick didn't unfortunately work. That was the main factor, literally.
Yeah, I definitely needed to flash out the TF there.
Yeah, that could have changed the entire fight. And that's just like think of what your champion can do when other champions are around, and your champion is extremely good at picking people off because you have a flash point and click crowd control. Not many champions have that, to be honest. Most champions have like skill shot stuns. Yeah. And you have a ranged point and click stun. So okay, team's fighting. Ophelia's missed ult, unfortunately. You still have your ulti here. If they get overextend, I think you can turn this maybe. It's fine backing off, you're kiting. You're getting good damage down too. Good Qs. You can probably just wave clear this with your EQ.
Yep.
Good ult. Use your Q straight after. Like Q, like now. It would have hit literally everybody.
Yeah.
Been pretty good damage.
Yeah. Just afraid to walk up.
Yeah, you don't need to walk any further up. You just Q and then back off immediately.
Yeah.
It would take, I don't know, a quarter of a second. Like.
Yep.
And then also, like, somewhat, like, okay, so when your spells are coming off cooldown, you could have turned on Trist here. Like, turn around now. Because she can't one-shot you. Like, you
just E her?
Yeah, just E her. It would put the thing on her, and also, you wouldn't be, like, backing off as much. Which might make your Darius not just immediately back off as well. Because he backed off when he has ulti, and people are pretty fucking low here. Yep. And it could be because other people are backing off, and he doesn't want to be inside the middle of the fight just alone. So, super small changes sometimes can change fights, and with Trist's case, like, she's strong as fuck, but she's not gonna, like, just one-shot you, especially after Nami bubbles down. So, getting that slow on her, as I said, super small things can change gameplay a ton, so...
Yeah, and then I just troll here.
Oh, yeah.
Way too far.
Yeah, he has gold card, definitely.
Yep.
Like, you can Q here and back off now, but you're still moving forward at this point.
Yeah, I just trolled.
You might still be able to run away here, literally, if you just kept on running, but you turned around. Because at least Mr. Stun. But yeah, you shouldn't be in that situation in the first place.
Yeah.
Did they get Baron? If they don't get Baron, the game's like still in a fine state. All you need to do is get a pretty good ulti on anybody, really. You guys have disgusting crowd control. You have Nautilus, you have Malzahar, Rammus. Okay, so another strategy that you can do, by the way, when you have TP, is you can trail your top laner. Because if you go bot right now, the enemy team probably will go Baron, right? But you have TP.
Right.
So what you can do is you can sit behind him and just say, like, Darius, go, like, dummy aggressive. And then Darius goes in, and you're sitting right behind him. As soon as Jax jumps in, you kill him. And then you have TP to jump to Baron, and you guys can still fight it. So that's something to think about when you have TP. A lot of people don't really do that. I think inside of like Platinum and Diamond, to be honest, where it's right. So effective to do. It really catches people off guard, and one Jax kill like that can mean like stalling the game for another 2 to 3 minutes, which is insanely good for your team. Your team scales so fucking hard.
Yeah.
So good pick.
Is that like? So I knew that Nami was dead, so I just finished blue buff.
Yeah, if you know like, somebody's dead, that's fine.
Okay, yeah. Just because sometimes, like, I just wonder, should I be doing this or helping my team? And
I mean, if everybody was sitting inside that brush, it could be different, but
yeah,
it is what it is. It's okay. It's fine there. Okay, so you're hardcore pinging for Baron.
I kind of just felt like we could win the 4v4.
Yeah, it's fine to set up the 4v4 if you're confident in that. The thing is, you guys need to somehow start it though. And how do like if you want to start it, like don't go over here. You should be where Nautilus is actually, because you already have a pink ward inside the pit, so they can't see pit. There could be a ward here or something, so they see you guys. But
yep.
If you run towards topside and Triss is sitting inside this brush, it's basically telling them that you're not on Baron.
Right.
So you're effectively making it difficult for you guys to engage on your terms, which is what you want. The goal for, if you want to start a fight around Baron, the goal should be we set a vision control, and then we turn on them face checking us. And right now, who are you gonna face? Like, who are you gonna kill? Like the Tristana is just way too difficult. You have no vision control set up here, so it would be too difficult to just find her out. Like, maybe you could flash ulti her here, and your Aphelios can, like, maybe kill her. I don't know. But because it's Blast Cone's here. But Nautilus was in the perfect spot. Look at where Twist of Fate's going.
Yeah.
You would have been inside that brush. The Twist of Fate is actually dead here. 100%. Because they're face checking where you already have vision control set up. So that would be your window to go. So don't run towards, like, places that you have not set up vision control, or people might be where they can see that you're not on Baron, because the only reason why Twist of Fate is basically stepping up here is because they're like, oh shit, are they on Baron? So that's what they're checking.
Okay.
You need to be in a good spot where it puts the enemy team into a like situation where they're like, oh no, we need to check this now. And being up there was not a good one. Dragon is probably going to get taken by Jax. Oh, no, he's not taking it. I didn't see how many dragons you guys have.
I think it's 1-1 right now, or 1 to... Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't realize.
Okay, they just took it, actually. It's that's fine.
1-3 then.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, you guys still need to... This is really split communication, but like Rams is trying to do Baron. Honestly, I think it would be too difficult. They still have TP on Jax, and they have Twist of Fate ulti. Nice job defending bot. Nautilus is kind of inting here. He's going too deep.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have ult? Oh, nice. Oh, this is super good.
Yeah. It ends up... This is like saves the game for a little bit, at least.
Yeah, this was good. I mean, you guys are 3v5 here, and you somehow managed to get a kill and get a lot of them low. And they're also, like, really tunnel visioning. They're not paying attention to Baron at all. I'm guessing you guys get it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. This is really nice. I mean, with Baron, once again, you guys just need to set up a play on your own. Like, whether it be, like, you telling people to like flash on top of Triss or something, or like whatever Fed member it is, or like telling your teammates to do something, because right now it's just kind of like your whole entire team's being just run around by these guys because nobody is taking the initiative to start the fight on like their terms, really.
Right.
Like that bot lane fight, okay, like Nautilus, like kind of, I don't know. People just got caught out. I wouldn't say that's like an engage from you guys. Okay, so you have Liandry's here. You also have TP.
Yep.
You can push out bot lane here, and then TP wherever the fight breaks out. Oh, okay, immediately channel TP here. I would have started channeling TP just to start a fight. TP.
Okay.
Okay, well, if you're already this close, there's no reason to anymore. Like, as soon as this guy pops his ulti and jumps back in, you should start channeling TP. You'll be here way faster using TP.
Right.
And you want to be there, because imagine, like, you arriving in, like, 2 seconds, rather than, like, you not even arriving, really. I think you can play a little bit more aggressive here. I think if you just ulti the Trist, you would just kill everybody. You are so ridiculously strong, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, if your Q landed on anybody there, I know that didn't land either. Let's see. Is there a point where you can see how much damage you deal? That did 400 damage.
Yeah. I felt
And
really
that was
strong.
only your Q.
Once it turned into what felt like an unfavorable fight to me, I just like I didn't want the fight to begin with, because like my thought was, we just got Baron, like let's just scale a little bit more, because I feel like
Nah,
we
dude.
outscale them.
No, you're already scaled. You have your core items. The core items for Malzahar are the Liandry's plus Rylai's. That's like, you can't get any stronger, really.
Okay.
Like, having AP will make you stronger, but you've reached your peak. Like, this is the moment that all Malzahars have been waiting for, where like, if there was terms of like strength in terms of power of items, this would be the peak for it. Anything past this will only just be like addition to it, but this is like the multiplication of like Rylai's plus Liandry's burn is just gonna shred everybody. So this would be a disgusting fight. I think if you just TP'd here, yeah, if you just TP here, you would win the fight. I think you would have carried the entire game, because if you just TP right here, you can just use all of your abilities. You have your Malzahar shield, so it's not like the Nami wave is going to do anything. And you could like frontline for a bit too. You're pretty tanky. You're just playing too passive. You have like really good CS, and you have really good items right now. It's just a matter of actually joining these fights. I like that. That's really good. Nice, nice. Yeah, kill her too. Yeah, like what?
Yeah, I was just like, okay, thank you. And then, yeah.
Okay. Using TP to get back mid is fine here. You guys still have Baron.
Yep. This was kind of troll by me.
Getting the blue?
I think. Well, like, because we have Baron for a limited amount of time, and like going like that just wasted our push potential.
Whatever.
No.
People are playing so passive, it's fine. You can just take it.
Okay.
I still just want to see, like, I guess you playing more aggressive. Okay, also be super careful when people have like Liandry's, or not Liandry's, Luden's type items. You have your shield.
Pops my spell shield.
Yeah. You could, if you backed off just for a moment, you would have still had it, which would have been really fucking nice. We see Twisted Fate is bot here, so you can play more aggressive. Just ulti that guy? Okay, so like, like it's 4v5, yeah. If you just immediately start a fight, this guy's dead, and you guys just can probably take inhib, and Twisted Fate doesn't get anything, because you guys are on a timer. If you guys hesitate for any moment, Twisted Fate is going to take inhib from you guys.
Right.
Like Nautilus did it, it looks like.
Yeah.
Like right here, if you just ultied, boom. And once again, if you had shield there, that Nami bubble would have not done anything.
Yeah, then, yep.
Super small thing, but... Nice kill. Just focus this TF. Because he just jumped in. Use your E beforehand. It's fine. You just made a mechanical error there with the Q. If you had Q waiting for the Zanyas, would have been really good. I'm wondering if there was anything that you could have done differently. The short window was like right here. Like you have to start it, and then not everybody would be bunched up because like Nautilus did look for it, but you guys are so bunched up here that the Nami wave actually kind of fucked all of you.
Yeah, that Nami with the ult and bubble pretty much won that team fight.
It's fine still. Farming. You're ridiculously strong. All it takes is one pick here. Wait, what? Oof. So Triss is there, and like I guess you just passed right by her. You probably didn't see it, like right here. And she's like right next to you.
Yeah.
What do you think happened here? I don't know.
I mean, by the time that I noticed he was being attacked, because I do step toward it for a second, then I realized, well, she's already. Like I just pan up to see if anything is going on top lane, I guess, and I just pan over that. If I was looking at the map as I was scrolling up.
I mean, she got knocked up by Nautilus, so you can probably just ult her, and she's.
Yeah, I should have for sure. Played that quite a bit better.
Okay, you guys should just. Oh wow.
There, I accidentally clicked on the Nami instead of the Jax, but whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you as long as you can defend the game.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna get death cap. You're in 1v9 status now, as long as you don't die. Okay. Because all these fights are just starting from the other team sieging, so we'll see how it goes. There was no way. I'm guessing they just took Baron, right? Because your Triss died, or Aphelios. Yeah. I mean, there's no way to defend that, so you just have to hope for the next best team fight. Oh, nice, good Q. Wait, how did this fight even start? Okay, so Jax just or not Jax, fucking that guy just entered.
Rammus. Yep.
Rammus entered. I'm not sure how defendable this is. Oh, that was some pretty good. He had the flamethrower, so it's the broken ability.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't over yet. You guys actually solved the game. So all you guys had to do was wait for the timers to be back up, and you're fine.
I felt like we were at a point where we could win the game, but I didn't realize she had QSS.
Yeah, make sure you're pressing tab all the time, because like
I know.
she should have it here too. Like she had it way prior. It's not like she backed here. She actually stayed on the map. So she's had it for probably the past 2 minutes. So yeah, especially when you're playing champions like this, pay attention to who has MR or not. It doesn't matter. Actually, yeah, just press tab more in general, because if I was even playing, I don't know, what's a champion that Orianna, let's say, if I press tab and I have the items you have, like 550 AP, that's crazy amount of AP. I'd be looking to see, oh, the AD has a Hex Drinker. That means I can't one-shot them. And if they don't, I know if I land my ulti, they're dead, right?
Yeah.
So looking at those things so you know your own potential as a champion. Yeah, I mean, that was just literally a mistake of just not pressing tab, and it gets you killed.
Yep. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, she does have QSS.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, they have Infernal Dragon Soul too. This is looking extremely rough. Unfortunately, the early game was just too disastrous, kind of.
Yeah, Aphelios hits a massive all here and gets a double kill, installs it out.
Oh, that was earlier. Okay, you guys kill them. Would you guys get Elder too? Oh, nice. I guess Twisted Fate is like gonna backdoor or something, dude.
he tries, and then I killed him, and then so basically, this is a macro question I've got. Do we have like we can't defend this Baron, right? Like so they ran in there
Nah.
3v5. I'm thinking like no, we have no chance. We have Elder. We have to hope that we can kill them in a team fight.
Yeah,
So then
you would say give Baron, just defend base. That's what you
right.
type in comms.
Yeah.
Because like you would say give Baron, TF will end if you guys go Baron or something. That maybe
Yeah.
can get your teams to like stay. But yeah, unfortunately you lost. But that's just like a factor of like there are so many things where you could have maybe gotten a plate or killed someone where the whole entire game could have been changed, right? Like
Yeah.
you would have not died mid, at least maybe wouldn't have been as strong. All these super small factors turned into this big disaster at the end.
Yeah.
And then just like playing too passive about like when look at I would say like your biggest issue so far, like too passive during laning phase. So pay attention to what people can be around you. So like do mental check every single time that you're pushing out a wave. Like every single wave, just be like, who can gank me and who's nearby me, like on my own team, and like am I vulnerable? And then the next check would be am I like what side should I be playing on? Of course, like if you have vision on the bot side, you should be playing towards that. If your jungler is on the bot side, you should be playing towards your jungler. And then the next thing should be you should be looking for numbers advantage fights during the mid game, and also use your wards more often and buy pink wards and sell your biscuits and stuff because you're pretty late on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, during the mid game, look for more numbers advantage because I feel like once again, so far you're kind of just playing the game. You're not paying attention to like, a lot of people don't really pay attention to like, oh, this guy's bot, so let's engage immediately now. Like,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. If you just can learn that, and even just like pinging your teammates, like if you just type like TF spots here, like go 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 or something, like it can enable your team to do things much quicker, and it will make your games much easier, and you could probably climb to diamond pretty quickly just by being more proactive with your gameplay. I mean, other than that, I mean, your CSing was good. I don't think you like made that many mistakes mechanically. Like people, not everybody's gonna play perfectly.
Yeah.
So your biggest factors that are gonna make you so you can climb up to the next tier will be these things of like basically just thinking about the game more and having that knowledge of how to gain leads through that like numbers advantage, so you'll have that better than your opponent. The making sure that you're just wasting junglers time rather than dying to them and stuff like that. So yeah, what questions do you have?
You've answered a lot of them just by what you've said so far. Like I just wanted to know like looking at it now and like after the within 5 minutes I could tell like I really have so much dead time that I'm just doing absolutely nothing and not gaining any advantages for myself or my team.
Yeah,
And then playing too passive, not realizing how strong I
yeah,
am.
and I think looking at the map more like top lane.
Hmm.
And then once again, having a plan in place to like do something with
Yeah.
your teammates because you're a champion. Like Twisted Fate can kind of do it on his own, and you kind of need to communicate with your team at least with like pings or something, or like just typing like Ramus, let's go bot together or something after like or we'll shove mid together and then we can go bot together or something like that.
Yeah, I've got like I do pretty well with Malzahar, I think in
Yeah,
general. I've got
he's
like a
disgusting.
I have like a 70% win rate out of like 60 games right now or 80 games right now. So I'm like climbing with him mainly. But it always seems like it's the same story of I get my ass kicked in lane and then 1v9 later. And then this game I just made a few mistakes obviously that if I would have done a few things differently, like ulting the TF before the dragon fight, or ulting the Trist when she was jumping on Aphelios, or during that massive team fight, but right before I got the double kill, little
Yeah,
things like that, just realizing my power. But
yeah, those are like mechanic. I don't know. Those are like important, but they're not as important as the like the pinging bot lane, so your bot lane doesn't get behind. The putting the ward down so you don't get ganked. Like these are super small things that are more important than those like late game things where like okay, like Triss killed your teammate, like fuck it, like you killing Triss there would trade 1 for 1. You wouldn't win the game or anything.
right,
And also you'd be ulting standing still. Maybe Elise would cocoon you or something. Who knows? The things that are going to win you the game are going to be these things that make it so the game doesn't snowball out of your control due to your misplays of like you didn't ping correctly, so your bot lane died because of it. Like the best way to climb is say that literally every single time you're like your bot lane or your mid lane roams or you died in lane to the enemy jungler, it's your fault and nobody else's. I would only say that, okay, if you like are literally spam pinging bot lane to be careful and typing it, I guess you can blame them. But for the most part, you can blame yourself on like every single play, and it will make it so you improve much faster if you just blame yourself.
Yeah.
Like the top lane thing here, some people are like, oh my god, my fucking jungler like wasn't hovering me or whatever. Like some people like get super triggered over it when like you could have put down a ward and it's your fault, right, that you died here. And then the bot lane thing, you could have pinged better and that maybe could have saved them. So you can say that's your fault as well, even though like they could have been doing something better. So then you can see everything you can do better in the future games.
Yeah, I think generally my attitude is I need to play better. Unless my, if my Darius is just shoving under tower without warding and he dies 6 times for no reason, then I'm gonna be like, what is this guy doing? But most of the time it's like, damn, I should have like helped him ward, helped get scuttle so that he was like I'm always thinking like, how can I be better? But
yeah, yep. I mean, it's just a bunch of super small. Yeah, there's just like all those tiny dead times added together actually contributes to a lot, right? So
yeah, I agree.
You could have maybe gotten more plates. You could have pressured Elise here when she was under tower, possibly when she was collecting the wave, like because you're much stronger than her. Some people like will just allow you to E them, right? So maybe you could have pressed EQ on her and got her half HP. Then she couldn't gank somewhere else. You never know what could happen from these super small windows where you could have done something else.
Yeah. Right on.
So yeah.
So I'd like to like play, I don't know, for like a week or 2 weeks and really focus on like